Karen chews us out over milkshake, I get her fired. So I used to work at this restaurant in the downtown city. Terrible job experience, but it was a job. One day, we get slammed. Usually it's because of a game night since this burger place is right behind a baseball field, but this day was different. First of all, I was already pissed. Coworker who thought he was the manager showed up an hour late, so I had to open the entire front of the restaurant alone within 30 minutes because people were already waiting in the parking lot. Coworker shows up, I don't say a word to him. Oh well, move on with the day. Day goes on, and I come in for my shift. Soccer teams come over after a tournament. I'm talking about 100 players with a line out the door. On shifts like this, some of the kitchen staff had to drop everything and help the other front of house employees, including myself, deliver orders because we're taking orders, cleaning tables, putting orders together, delivering them, serving drinks. I did this when I was 18, and making milkshakes. Customers were great. All of the players that came in were so nice and we had no issues. No impatience, no complaints, nothing. Just a nice day. They tipped us nicely, as well, so we really appreciated that. I should probably mention at this point that we take DoorDash orders, which is where Karen comes in. For those of you who don't know, DoorDashers are people who are paid by a customer to go get food from a restaurant and bring it to them. We get in our usual rush and me and 3 other coworkers are obviously multitasking and rushing to keep everyone happy. DoorDash tablet goes off. I confirm it and start prepping the order. Mind you, this included a milkshake. I'm not going to go ahead and make the milkshake because God only knows when this woman is going to show up. Rest of the order is ready to go and she shows up while we're helping other customers. Let me tell you about this woman, by definition, a Karen. She had the typical Karen cut with the eyes of a freaking White Walker. I'm talking bright blue eyes, obviously fake because they were Twitter logo blue and almost solid, that peer into your soul in a split second. I swear, I saw the gates of hell in her eyes. So, I'm just going to call her Karen. She starts getting impatient and asks me how much longer it'll be. I apologize and tell her that it won't be much longer and I go to start the milkshake. She starts flipping out at my coworkers and as I'm passing her to get the rest of the DoorDash order, she starts laying it on me. Screaming at me because I didn't have the milkshake ready and that I was costing her tips. The woman was wearing Lululemon yoga pants and had expensive color contacts in. She would be fine without $3. Sort of manager comes out to talk to her. Let's call him C. C comes out and explains the situation. She doesn't accept what he's saying and starts screaming in front of 200 people about how she won't get tips and how hard is it to make one milkshake. Karen gives us the typical I want to speak to the manager, and the manager just so happens to be C. He tells her he is the manager. He asks her to leave and she continues her rant, calling C a coward about 5 or 6 times. Karen finally leaves. I'm fuming about this lunatic coming in and making everyone uncomfortable, so I do a little digging. Turns out, if you go onto the tablet, you can find the previous DoorDashers who come into the restaurant to get orders. I remember the name of the customer who ordered, so I go onto the tablet to find the DoorDasher's name. I find her name and cell phone number on the order history and information. I get into contact with the DoorDash company and explain the harassment we endured from Karen and give them her name and contact number, saying she was from redacted city. They tell me they'll look into it. They contacted me later and informed me that it was taken care of and we never saw her again, as she regularly took orders from us. We all went on our merry way and occasionally called each other cowards as our own little inside joke. TLDR, DoorDash Karen harasses us and gets in my face after having a screaming match at the kitchen manager, so I contact DoorDash and I get her fired. Edit, I feel as if I should specify this, but we also got a strongly worded email from this woman stating how pissed she was etc and mentioned she lost her job because of it and that she knew one of us said something. I mean, duh.